Good evening and welcome to News Channel 8. I'm Jerome Aegean, and here's some of the stories we have for you tonight. The checks are in the mail, but for the wrong amount. A homeowner fights back, and your Caribbean report. Details on these stories and more coming up next on News Channel 8. In our top story tonight, after waiting and waiting for their income tax checks to arrive, many Virgin Islanders are in shock this evening after the IRB sent out income tax checks with the wrong amount. News Channel 8's Wes Small files this report.
Wait, you wait, you wait. Wait for it, then it finally comes, and you can't cash it. Wow. I'm here at IRB on St. Croix, where we've got some very distressing news, but at least they're busy working on it inside. By now, you probably know what happened. Somebody screwed up major. The Virgin Island government has stopped payment on about 1,400 checks sent out last week because the amounts on the checks were wrong. Now, out of 2,142 refund checks dated May 28th, remember this date, May 28th is very important, almost 1,400 of them were for the incorrect amounts. That, according to IRB Director Claudette Watson-Anderson. Now, this is very important. New checks should be out by this Friday. Therefore, you could be receiving them by Monday. If you've got any income tax check dated May 28th, it is invalid. Sure, some of you probably gotten through and cashed them already. And for that, we have a statement issued by Finance Commissioner Angel Dawson Jr. and the Bureau of Internal Revenue as well. They announced the immediate recall of income tax refund checks dated May 28th due to technical difficulties. We've heard that before. Taxpayers who are in possession of these refund checks are being asked to immediately return them to the Bureau's offices on all 3 islands. So, the government has ordered a stop payment on the refund checks bearing the May 28th date. That's very important because the Daily News has it that if you think you have a correct check, you could go ahead and cash it. That's not the case, and the Bureau wants you to understand this. If you've got May 28th on your check, that check is no good. Now, if you've already cashed your check, then you need to contact the Bureau immediately. If you've got any questions, and they're working on these numbers, this telephone answering number, 715-1040, extension 4221 on St. Croix, extension 2257 Rock City, and on St. John, you could call 777-1446. Again, 715-1040. 4221 on St. Croix, 2257 in St. Thomas, and in St. John, 777-1446. Now, I was just upstairs, and taxpayers, some of them are bringing their sense of humor. A lot of them are bringing their patience. Some of them are a little ticked off because, after all, we've been waiting for these income tax checks for so long. They take the money out of our pockets every week, every 2 weeks. Then President Obama, he promised a stimulus check. Well, where's the money? Then you go to your box every day it's not there. And finally, when it's there, it's the wrong amount. I know, frustration, but have some patience because I'm feeling it too. One of my co-workers got paid $6,000 yesterday, and he can't touch it. But he has a sense of humor, and he has some patience as well. So with that, if you can't laugh at a situation, you're going to get very depressed. Here we are at IRB, and the ladies and gentlemen here are working very hard, trust me. It's easy to be upset at them, but they're working hard. Why we had the problem, who screwed up, and heads will roll, probably so. But we've heard it's a computer glitch. Love those computers. I'm Wes Small at IRB for News Channel 8.
And in other news tonight, a Cotton Valley homeowner hogtied a burglar suspect recently. Let's go to Virgin Islands spokesperson Melody Rames for an update.
On May 9th, police were dispatched to a burglary in progress in Estate Hope and Carlton in Christiansted. When they arrived, the homeowner told police that he was in his home when he heard a man and a woman calling out to see if anyone was at home, but that he did not answer. The homeowner then told police that he watched as 2 persons, a male and a female, checked the doors to his home to see if they were unlocked, and then entered into his home through a window and came into his living room. The homeowner observed the two looking around his home and saw the male remove a digital picture frame valued at about $250, and then they both left the home. The owner then called out after the two persons, telling them to stop. However, the male fled the area. The female was detained by the homeowner, who restrained her by tying her to a column on his deck. The suspect, Melissa Grant, is a self-described heroin addict. She was arrested on May 9th and charged with burglary in the second degree. After a follow-up investigation by the Criminal Investigation Bureau, Christopher Rudman, who was identified as Mrs. Melinda Grant's accomplice, was arrested on May 22nd and also charged with burglary in the second degree.
Thanks, Melody. A St. Thomas female police officer has been placed on leave because she allegedly fired her weapon recently. The question remains, what was she firing at? News Channel 8's Lee Carl has the details.
Hearing has been set Monday for a shootout probe of a female officer put on administrative leave with pay following a Saturday morning shooting in the state Pavoni. According to the information we received, it was in this road here along the Lima grocery store that the police commissioner designee said that there were allegations that a female officer was, quote, in the vicinity of discharging of shots. However, it's unknown at this time if the officer was directly involved with discharging of the shots. Although the incident was classified as third-degree assault, the police blotter was an official record of the incoming calls. The Criminal Investigation Bureau Department's director is now investigating. As a matter of fact, an emergency internal affairs hearing has been set for Monday, and the designee Commissioner Melva Francis said we're moving forward aggressively with this. And he's adding the officer will appear Monday before the District Police Rodney Carrard, Sr., and the Attorney General's Office on the Police Department's criminal investigation. In St. Thomas at Bavoni, Lee Carl for News Channel 8.